What's going on, Prop Nation? It is another Drew Estate, Tabak, and Tech Tip Sunday. Normally powered by Monster Energy Rehab, but I'm still waiting on my shipment from Amazon. They're running late. Yes, I can buy it by the case on Amazon. You'll notice that I am standing and not sitting because I can't sit, lay down, bend over, or move. My back is on fire. The other day, I was at work, bent over. We actually all showed up to work early, putting some tires away. And I do my stretches early because it's all about safety. And that's what this week's tech tip is about, safety. And I just stack of tires, and I reached off to the side instead of moving my body, and felt something tweak in my back. Instantly left the shop, went right to the chiropractor, and he's like, "Whoo!" So I've been there every day. Hopefully, after a couple more days, I'll be back to work. But whether you're working on your car, working on something on your house, anything, you could be painting your house, you could be doing a little bit of plumbing, a little bit of electrical, you could be working on your car. It's all about safety and everything. I don't think most people realize what can go wrong. You've got to sometimes step back. If you're up on that ladder, getting ready to paint a little corner of your house, step back, look around, think to yourself, what could go wrong? And plan for that. Now, when working on a vehicle, especially say you're underneath of a vehicle, a lot of people do things underneath their vehicle. You'd be working with a jack. If you don't have jack stands, stop. You need jack stands. You need quality jack stands. Remember the Harbor Freight ones that were killing people? Don't buy those. Quality jack stands. Get the car up in the air. First of all, find your owner's manual. Find your lift point to make sure you're not damaging anything. Get it up on jack stands. Work safely. If you're underneath your car, even if you're not underneath your car, safety glasses. People always tease me these pink ones. These are safety glasses. These are OSHA approved safety lenses. You gotta have safety lenses on. Me, when I'm at work, you never see me at working without gloves. I have gloves on. If I'm at work 10 hours, these gloves are on my hands for 9.5 hours out of the day. I go through about 52 pair a week. Each pair lasts me about 7 days, about one work week. And then before they are destroyed, oil soaked, cut up. And if you look at a pair after the end of the week, I sometimes look at them and go, that could be my hand. Gloves have saved me. These you can get from Home Depot. They're like the really thin ones, 3-pack for like $20. You can also get them on Amazon as well. They're super thin. They do have some padding here on the fingertips, but they're very dexterous. I can still feel things. So, and many times I have been cutting something and it goes through and it just slices my glove, and it's just like, it could have been my hand. So gloves are a must. Safety glasses are a must. They don't have to be pink. You can have them be clear. When I'm at work, I don't wear hats because the hats still allow sweat to come down in my eyes. And then sometimes you're sweating, you're taking your hat off. I wear headbands at work to catch the sweat. So there's never any sweat coming down in my eyes. Only takes a split second when you're working on something, especially running something that's running, an engine, belts, things like that. Sweat gets in your eyes. You blink for a second, bam, finger's gone. Gloves, safety glasses, hat, sweatband preferably if you're in Florida. Like I said, jacking up a car, jack stands. Whether you're painting your house, making sure your ladder is secure, the footing is secure just don't put it in the grass and think that's going to stay there. Feel the grass. Make sure it's not going to shift. Making sure you have the right tool for the right job. You'll see mechanics when we're listening for a bearing noise or noise coming out of a motor. Some mechanics will take a long screwdriver, pry bar, and they'll put it up to their ear, like just the handle, and then you can kind of hear a bearing that's going bad. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a screwdriver slip on a pulley and then luckily it's blunted in and it just pushes back. I've never seen anybody get hurt, but it's startling. You know what I have? A mechanic's stethoscope. Put it just like a doctor's stethoscope. It comes around, and then it has a long point, so I can visually see what I am working on, and I can poke and prod in exactly the right place, so I don't get hurt. If you're working on electrical, if you're tracing down anything inside your car electrical, we all have them test lights. You think that your test light is nice and pointy, you go stabbing things. Please stop stabbing things. If you have a car that is 1996 and newer, which most of us probably do, stop stabbing things. You back probe. You get the adapters that are like needles that you can back probe into a connector, or you get one that hooks on the wire and you screw this ultra fine needle into the wire. When you are taking what you think is a pointy object and jamming it into a small wire, you are splitting that wire. You are breaking that wire on the inside. You are increasing resistance of that wire. You could potentially be doing something dangerous long term. Stop doing that. But yeah, just think of just anything. Like you could just be changing out your spark plugs on your car, and you think I don't need safety glasses, and you just never know what's going to happen. Most of us are driving cars. We have coil pack ignitions. I've seen it where it's hit me in the face. You go to undo the coil pack that's got some miles on it, and a little piece of plastic breaks off of it, and then it just goes shooting up. It doesn't take but a second for that to hit you in the eye, and there you are. You're on your way to the hospital, the doctor, whatever. So that's one thing that it's one thing that a lot of techs, but almost all consumers, I know the average car enthusiast, the average car owner doesn't realize or doesn't take into consideration, and they don't take it seriously, and that is safety. From the moment I walk out to a customer's car, I have a floor mat that I put on the floor. I look down at the floor to make sure I can tell how many times people have floor mats jammed underneath, gas pedal, brake pedal. So I'm thinking about safety from the moment I grab that ticket off the board. I go out to your car, pull it into my shop, honking the horn, looking around as I'm pulling the vehicle in. From the moment I'm popping the hood, and instantly as you pop the hood on your car, you should be raising it up. If it's got the stick, put the stick in and back up. Hopefully it opens up on its own, because you open it up and you take a step back. You never know what's going on underneath of the hood of a car. It could be a figurative time bomb waiting to go off. You never know when a radiator cap is going to fail, a hose is going to fail, a belt is going to fail, and it's going to come off. You should never be opening up your hood and just digging right in there to work. Am I trying to scare you? Yes, I am, because sometimes fear, it's always in the back of my mind. Fear of getting burned, getting cut, losing a digit. I'm always looking, listening. That's the biggest thing. Listening is you can generally hear when something is about to fail. Using the sense of touch, just leaning against the car, you can feel something's not right. So yes, gloves and safety glasses, two of the biggest must, no matter what you're doing on your car. Anything, period. Those two things are a must. Use the right tool for the right job. Don't just go prying on stuff with any old tool. So, all right. I am going to, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I still can't sit down. It hurts. So I was wearing a back brace, a belt, cinch to make sure my pants are up and tight so they don't fall. And I was wearing a back brace. Did have my gloves, did have my safety glasses. So, all right, cats and kittens, we'll see you next week for another Drew Estate Cigars, Tabak, and Tech Tip Sunday. Oh, make sure Tires Plus, Firestone Complete Auto Care. Head over there.